The journey to chartership for me was probably a little bit later than some of my peers, and that was purely down to confidence. I just didn't think that I should be chartered. I kind of always had this lack of confidence or fear, seeing myself as this little boy from Northern Ireland who speaks funny and looks a bit funny, and how could I possibly emulate what I have in my mind as these prestigious titled engineers. I think a part of that comes from growing up in Northern Ireland and the Troubles. The only people we really saw on the TV were either politicians or something to do with security. So there was no real connection to engineering role models. That was very hard to see. Trying to keep up with the challenges of professional development, the things that you need to learn and adapt to, even on the leadership side for engineering. Although the company does a lot to support that, and there's a lot of content out there, it is great to have an institution who understands. The assessment, so filling out your application, you really are doing a self-assessment. You're measuring yourself against what the expectation is. But actually in doing that was actually a confidence boost for me, because in demonstrating, giving evidence, it was reassuring to say, actually, I'm doing some good stuff here. I'm not so bad. So my journey to professional registration was a little bit late. I needed some encouragement because I wasn't too sure about myself and my abilities. But with the help of some colleagues giving me a little bit of encouragement, I got my application in. I have to admit, my first application I kind of rushed through, was a little bit shy about it, and wasn't successful. The second time around I did get the benefit of a professional advisor, and that made all the difference. They just helped me refine my application, and I've been chartered for maybe 7 years, something like that. I applied to the IET because for me it was the most rounded or most inclusive professional institution. It had the best variety of disciplines involved, and for me that's really important in my work. I have to understand lots of different aspects of engineering and what's happening in the industry. And the IET was the best institution in terms of both the materials and the network to support me in doing that. My career so far, I guess it started my industrial placement in university, was heavy industry. I went from there to another heavy industry, manufacturing type role. Wasn't for me. Weaved my way into another manufacturing job with the hope to get some design experience. Very quickly moved into an R&D group. Took a chance, went into a leadership role, set up a new team. Thrived in that, discovered that I really enjoyed helping people be successful, particularly experts. And I've been running and developing bigger and bigger expert groups since then. So I'm now an engineering director. I look after Global Simulation Centre of Excellence for Sensata Technologies and their technical services and labs. There's no such thing as a typical day for me. I have to react to what's happening in a global company with global teams. There's always something going wrong. So I have to be pretty reactive and pretty flexible. The nice thing about that is I do get to manage a lot of my own time, so I have a lot of flexibility there in terms of what I do, but there's always something happening somewhere in the world. Professional registration has really helped me have a better appreciation for generally what's going on in the engineering world and how that's being affected by lots of other things outside our discipline. The big thing for me has been the network. Having that connection with others in other parts of the world, industry, different disciplines helps bring me perspective. But the institution itself helps bring me a lot of perspective back to my business. So it helps us discuss or improve our perspective on important topics like DEI, for example. If you're thinking about starting professional registration, the first thing you should do is contact the IET or a peer and talk to an advisor. As an assessor, I routinely see a very clear difference in applications that have had the benefit of an advisor involved and without. It's not to say you can't be successful without an advisor, but the chances are it's going to be a lot smoother to get through that process. And you'll probably save yourself some effort because they can help you narrow your focus, refine the examples, and generally that makes a big difference. So if you're going to do anything, talk to an advisor.